So Ron's in the room that he shares with Mike, and he starts throwing all of Mike's stuff around. And maybe he didn't expect Mike to fight back to him throwing all of his stuff around the room, but he was sorely mistaken. Hi, I'm Ray Arcade. Welcome to my channel. Last time at the Italy Jersey Shore house, Dina had stolen a hookup from Mike. Mike was throwing a gigantic pity party, and Snooki found out that Mike was telling everyone she cheated on her boyfriend with him, causing a massive blow-up. What will happen next? Take my hand as we find out on this Jersey Shore retrospective. Today, we are covering Season 4, Episode 4, called Crime and Punishment, and it premiered on August 25th, 2011. Thank you to everybody who stuck it out for a little bit. Hopefully this video won't have any copyright issues, and we can continue on. I've also, in the meantime, been doing dumb things with my hair and lashes, so here we are. Okay, let's get into it. We open the next morning after that weirdly exploitative night with the twin Erica. I'm not going to go into too much here. If you want to know my full opinion on it, watch the previous video. Vinny is moaning that the drunk girl Dina stole from Mike, that he stole from Dina, was stolen back by Dina and then given to him. I'm getting a nosebleed.
The truth is, me and Dina did tag team a girl.
What the hell?
But robbing is not teamwork. It's called tag team, not tag rob. It wasn't a good tag team.
The boys go out to lunch that day and they're all gossiping about Dina. They are shocked and appalled that she has the audacity to try to hook up with girls, as if that's not their main prerogative. But unfortunately, Dina lacks the critical component in order to acceptably pull robberies and get slobberies. It's a penis. She's missing a penis. Oof. How dare she? Well, at lunch, they also talk about the Mike and Snooki hookup accusations.
So what happened now? What happened now?
Pretty much, my boy Unit was banging Ryder. And then Snooki walked in and got all turned on and immediately got on her.
Wow.
I think Mike is telling the truth here, but I don't think he's telling it for any noble reasons. But I don't think he's lying. I also think that Snooki is right when she says,
Mike's planning to ruin my relationship. I think that shows what kind of person you are. You're a person.
Definitely trying to ruin her relationship with Jionni, and it's like, he got a sneaky little, that's sign language for B and J, you know? And if you want more, wouldn't you try to play it cool? You know, for some more J in the future? I know Mike was on drugs and then was withdrawing actively during this season, so I'm sure that's affecting him, but I think, from what I gather, Mike said that Snooki in the hotel room gave him, you know, a thing. And I think she gave him a little taste and he wanted more, like he wanted to do it. And then she said no. Because from what I remember and everything I've watched, Mike doesn't say that they like went all the way, but that she got him going. Anyway, and so I think she said no. And now he's trying to ruin her relationship with Jionni because like Mike historically does terrible at dealing with rejection. So I think he's just trying to destroy her relationship now that she's happy because he didn't get any. Also, I want to make it clear that I don't think Snooki should have cheated. Like, I do think she did what she did. I think that out of her and Mike, she's the worst one because she is the cheater, right? And it getting exposed, I'm not like, oh, poor Snooki. No, like, I don't really care. But I don't want to pretend like Mike isn't doing this just to screw up Snooki's life. He's hiding behind exposing her like it's a noble thing he's doing. So he's hiding behind it like a shield so he can justify it to himself and everyone else, bringing Snooki down a peg. He's not a good person. Obviously, neither is Snooki. They're both very bad people. The boys are giving Dina crap for hooking up with a girl. And the specifics of the situation aside with Erica, they're just bullying Dina to bully Dina. Snooki calls Jionni and tells him what happened.
And then last night, he told all the roommates that we had sex.
Did you hook up with him?
No. I don't want you to be mad at me. Tell me you love me and everything's fine.
I love you.
Okay.
Snooki seems relieved, and I'm not going to read too much into that here. I mean, if somebody was accusing me of cheating on my boyfriend, whether it did it or not, I think I'd be relieved to hear that they said that they trusted me. Sunday dinner is weird that night. The boys are still giving Dina crap about pulling robberies and being a little bi-curious.
Whatever happened last night happened. Who cares? They're like crazy. I thought my relationship with the boys was different. It clearly is not.
To them, you crossed the line when you hooked up with that chick. And to them, it was blocking.
I know Dina has anxiety, and I really relate to her here. It can feel world-ending when people are mad at you, and it's just causing her to spiral. The guys are okay with robbing women from each other because it's this machismo thing. Machismo? Why can't I say this word? Machismo. Google, say it. Say it right, Google.
Machismo.
I also think that they're okay with the idea of lesbians as long as it's to serve their pleasure, right? Like the twin sum, for example. That's great because it was in service of Mike getting off. Other than that, women robbing women from them or hooking up with women, that's a problem. Like a really big problem. And because of this, Dina's pulling a robbery, which they would call it if a man did it, is now being called a cock block because she's a woman, which is the worst thing you can be in the Jersey Shore house is to be a cock block. So Vinny and Pauly decide to pull a prank on her by putting her bed in the living room. If you would please consider hitting the helpful buttons, liking, subscribing, leave a comment, I'll probably respond. If you do, I'll do a little dance for you. Here's a sneak peek. Wait. Dina is in full meltdown mode now, and Jenny confronts the boys.
I don't want this girl having her breakdown.
I'm a real person. Can you not right now?
Side note, Sammi in this scene is like snuggling Dina and comforting her, and it's really nice to see Sam be for the girls this season. I like seeing this side of Sam. Vinny is still throwing a giant tantrum about Dina stealing the twin from him. He's like, oh my God, he's so stupid. He is a perpetual child, a chooch, right? Jenny decides, though, to get everybody together to squash the beef.
You are not the same person as you are outside of this house.
Different? The only thing different is you. You changed. I never changed since day one. I'll never change, ever. That was not you. You don't hook up with girls.
I don't know what's going on. I'm not being myself. Like, I would have never done that.
I know, it's not you.
That isn't me.
I feel like Dina got gaslit. I don't know. She's mentioned a couple times now how different Pauly is off of the show. And so she seems extra upset because she keeps saying Pauly is not the same person while filming as he has been outside of filming. And from what that season 1, 2, and 3 producer said on the famous Ask Me Anything Reddit, Pauly was very careful about editorializing his persona on the show. So maybe he is different off the show with Dina, or was. Vinny gets his apology from Dina, though. Thank God. And now the world can keep spinning again. And also Dina and Pauly seem good. Ron is back to calling that Hannah chick again, even though he asked Sam to be his girlfriend. So let me introduce you guys to my little friend. A little reintroduction. Do you remember Ronnie Red Flag? Jenny sees what's going on, and it's clear Ron is back to his devious ways. Jenny knows about Hannah, Ron's back burner chick, and she brings it up.
I knew that you were talking a lot to Hannah.
Jenny's my friend, but it's not your business, not your relationship. Keep your nose out of other people's relationships.
I just wanted to make sure she's not coming or anything, though, right?
It pisses me off whenever Ron cops this attitude when someone inserts their opinion into his relationship with Sam. Because, again, him and Sam have made their relationship everybody's problem by living with them and fighting the way that they fight all the time. So, yes, it is valid for Vinny to pull Ron aside and say, you guys are not fighting in Italy. It is valid for Jenny to be like, can you not bring a girl to this house just to piss Sam off? Then we get the emotional whiplash of Ron and Jenny shopping out on the streets of Italy and him putting together this whole outfit for Sam that she loves.
Thank you.
I actually bought Sam something for no reason, just to see her smile on her face.
You picked this out? Like yourself? Like you picked this whole thing out? Oh, I'm so excited right now.
And later that night, Ron and Sam go out for dinner, and Sam's wearing the outfit. And they're being very cute together, so clearly we're in the love bomb phase of the Ron and Sam cycle. Meanwhile, Jenny and Snooki are out to dinner, and Jenny tells Snooki about Hannah, the back burner, and they both decide that they're not going to tell Sam because of how poorly things went in Miami when they tried to tell her then that Ron was cheating around behind her back. And I wouldn't tell Sam either if I was them. That same night, everybody goes out to a club, then Ron and Sam get into a fight. So their in love phase lasted probably a couple of hours at the most. But Ron does make me laugh in this scene.
I don't know why, I give in to the and I've been told by many people that I don't deserve it.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Ron and Sam break up. Ron goes home. He calls a homie. Ron says a line that is like my sleep paralysis monster. It haunts my dreams every time I hear it. Every time I hear it, pieces of me die. My soul is being shredded to pieces. Like I could make Horcruxes out of every soul piece of mine that's been ripped from me when I accidentally watch this line because I forget. It like sneaks up on me.
I've been blinded. By what? Vagina? I told you, I don't put on a pedestal. I put it on the couch and the floor exactly where it goes, same place I smashed it. And you know what, at this point, it.
Wow, guys. Wow, he's so cool. He's so tough. He's so cool. He fucks bitches. He fucks them in their pussies. He's gonna get me in trouble. Pauly and Mike have two girls that are friends to come back to the house, but they decide they're not sleeping with the boys, so they leave. So Mike calls up his plan B, Plan Brittany. He goes into the bedroom where Ron and Sam are fighting to let them know that Brittany's coming over, but that he might go to the smush room. He also makes an attempt to, I guess, play peacemaker, and he says, you guys, at the end of the day, you love each other. He leaves. Ron and Sam keep bickering. And Sam decides to bring up a little information that Mike let slip recently. Information that she has just been sitting on this whole time.
I didn't want to say anything because he was drunk. Ronnie was like, I got like 5 girls coming to the house right now. And I was like, you know.
I really hate when Sam does this stuff. She remembers things in the moment and doesn't bring them up in the moment. She remembers them and files them away in her brain. So whenever Ron and Sam are fighting, they're not just fighting about the current topic. They're also fighting about whatever little pieces of ammo Sam has hidden away in her brain that she brings up. So instead of confronting him with issues that she has in the moment, she saves them. It's crazy and unhealthy. Anyway, Ron's already in a foul mood, so he decides to go confront Mike quite aggressively.
Wants to play both sides. So now it's time for me to put him in his place. Now about to go down. I'm gonna him up. Wake the up. So now you want to be a bitch? You don't like girlfriend. Like I have girls like on the way if I want to.
What are you talking about?
I don't know, bro. Get the up, bro. Because now I'm gonna flip the out.
Ron pulls Sam out of her room and he pushes her towards Mike. Classic Ron, can't keep his hands to himself. What a funny guy. Anyway, he's like, tell him what you told me. Tell him what you told me. Blah, blah, blah. There's a tone in Sam's voice that I think is remorseful. I think her and Ron were fighting. She redirected his anger and stuff onto Mike so that she could end the fight between them, and maybe he'll go after Mike instead, divert the attention, right? But now that she's seeing Ron in full roid rage up Mike's bottom, I think she's feeling bad about her decision.
No.
No? You don't remember that?
No.
Because I made that up.
No.
Why would I make that up, though?
You don't remember that? You know what? Now you can take your the out, bro.
Ron.
Get the out, bro.
Stop.
Welcome.
Ron, I don't get involved in... I don't get involved in a relationship.
So Ron's in the room that he shares with Mike, and he starts throwing all of Mike's stuff around. As you recall, this is a tactic he has used against Sam in the past. Sam didn't really fight back. She just kind of stood by or wasn't in the house, whatever. He destroyed all of her stuff. She was very passive about it, probably because she was scared of him. Reasonable. However, I don't think Ron took into account that Mike is a man. He's also, nobody knows, but he's going through withdrawal, so he's already pissed off. And maybe he didn't expect Mike to fight back to him throwing all of his stuff around the room, but he was sorely mistaken. I will say, Mike tries for a good couple seconds to talk nicely to Ron as he's chucking all of his stuff around to try to calm down the situation. Obviously, that wasn't going to happen, but Mike is actually showing levels of restraint that I could not relate to. And I would have gone straight to eye gouging mode, but they do begin to fight.
I don't get involved in a relationship, Ron. Please, please don't be irrational right now, dude. Ron.
Get out.
Yo, I don't get involved in a relationship. I'm sick of this. Are you serious? I say what all the time. You want to hear me tough guy? You want to do it? Do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
And that's where the episode ends. Let's move on to replies to replies. This comment is from Abiz the Steez, and they say, definitely believe Snooki hooked up with Mike. I wish she'd just told Jionni before going to Italy. Flat out truth telling would have changed the entire dynamic of the show on and off camera. I agree. You know, this is a theme in a couple different relationships here where I think telling the truth would have just been the best option, like with Ron and Sam, or like with Snooki and Jionni, or, you know, maybe if Jenny had broken up with Tom earlier when she had cheated on him. But, you know, they're young, they're drunk, they want to have their cake and eat it too. I also do find like a lot of cheaters, they do want to have their cake and eat it too, so they don't want to tell the truth because that would be like admitting you're wrong. Then I think people who cheat will constantly justify why they cheated in their mind to the point where they don't think they need to tell the truth because they don't think they did anything wrong. Hooray! But yeah, Snooki definitely hooked up with Mike. Anyway, well, thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys next week. Until then, stay crazy, stay wild.